They think it's totally ridiculous, useless, and it costs too much money.
Special thanks to my executive producer Didrik. Thank you very much for supporting this video. Without you, this video would not be possible. And if you want to become an executive producer just like Didrik, check out the first link in the description down below. It will lead you to my Patreon page where you can choose out of 3 different tier levels. So make sure to check it out because your support will mean to me a lot.
Yes, everyone, it's VladsBoredom and welcome to my latest video. And today I'm going to talk about some really cool, or better said, well, not really cool, but anyway guys, I'm going to talk about 5 things EV owners usually do not talk about. And here I actually prepared 5 different things which I think what I could give you on the way in case if you are interested or on the way to buy an EV. All the people in my social circle, they don't own an EV, neither in the one of my parents. So I was basically all on my own and I couldn't really get any ideas what to take care. So I did it all the way on the internet, but also even after I bought my EV, there were some things which I wasn't really glad about to see what actually happened. So let me tell you 5 things which I think are the things you should know about before you get an EV and other EV owners don't tell you about. The first thing, actually it's a really positive one and I think it's a really good thing to know as well, but not many people speak about it. So the first thing is that EVs are almost maintenance free and that their servicing is rather affordable. So the thing is, an internal combustion engine, you need engine oil, you need transmission oil, you need to change the filters like the oil filter and so on, and also some other parts which are inside the engine, like internal combustion engine is consisting out of too many different parts, while an EV however has a lot less parts and it doesn't need as many lubricants, which are anyway the thing what costs the most when you service your car. So you don't need any engine oil, you don't need transmission oil, you don't need to change the filters. That makes it a lot cheaper and it's also less fuss. It contains less fuss, so it's basically fuss free to do so. The second thing, it really depends where you live, but here in Switzerland, people, when they buy an EV, they usually get subsidies, they get tax reductions and so on. In my case, however, first of all, I bought the car used. That's point 1, so no subsidies for me. But then on top of that, even if you buy it new, you don't get any. Like a few cantons or in other countries, provinces or whatever they're called, states, they give subsidies. Like for example, if you go to, let's say, Canada, they give you 5,000 Canadian dollars for buying an EV, as long as it meets some certain criteria. Or in Serbia, you get 5,000 euros if you buy a hybrid, plug-in hybrid or electric car. So in that case, this is totally worth it. If you have this decreases the burden of buying a brand new car. Here in Switzerland, you don't have that. Also, no tax reductions. I have to pay also, like everyone else, car tax, like that I drive a car. However, insurance is much cheaper. Well, it's because it's an unusual car and an EV, so that's one big plus, but it really varies from car to car how expensive the insurance is. The third thing is that EVs, they are usually not very suitable for road trips. Again, my car is a different story. My car has a maximum range of around 180 kilometers, and this is with an AC turned off, electrics like as minimal as possible, and also driving reasonably. So this means like between 50 and 80 kilometers per hour, and also using the B gear so that I recuperate while driving. This kind of car is more suitable for the city. In the city, you can even get more because of the stop and go, accelerate, decelerate. That's the best environment for this kind of car. No need to explain this. If you go on a motorway, like I'm right now, I'm driving 100 kilometers per hour. I'm not driving 120 or 130 because this will consume a lot more energy. And now I'm driving with around 15 kilowatts per hour per 100 kilometers, which is pretty reasonable. It's around the average, and I'm driving around 100 kilometers per hour, so this is a really good thing, but not for long road trips, because the charging network is also totally abysmal. The charging network is not really well connected together. You need to use different apps, and it makes it all a lot more complicated. And there's another problem which I'm going to mention in the fourth thing, and this is that the chargers outside, like the public chargers, they often charge, not all of them, but many, they charge ridiculous fees. For example, there's one particular charger which I used back in the town of Aarau, and I went to the local parking garage, and the charger was around 1 franc per hour, and then on top of that you pay like 25 or 30 cents per kilowatt hour. So this means you pay for both, and this is very inconvenient, especially if your range is such a small one like mine. Like I have literally sometimes range anxiety, and in that case it was even an expensive one. So it was so expensive that actually it is cheaper to go with a car with an internal combustion engine. And I'm not even kidding, this is true. While some chargers, they charge you like 20-25 cents, which is totally reasonable. Some of them even charge 45 cents, which are on the motorway. Also, it's kind of reasonable because of the premium that you're on the motorway. Even like petrol stations, they're also more expensive on the motorway than they are in town. So that makes sense, but not like those ridiculous hourly fees and so on. Like for example, you park and then you have to pay this kind of fee. Like this is totally retarded. I'm not even kidding here. But the problem is that I do not have a proper charger at home. So the thing is, I need to charge either on a 3-pin socket, so it takes me like 18 hours until my car is full, or I charge it somewhere else where it's for free. So for example, I've got 2 Lidls near my house, around 15 minutes drive away maximum, where I can charge my car for free while buying some groceries, which is absolutely brilliant. So I always use this opportunity, because then I can go when my car is like 20% charged, and then charge it up with the Cadimo charger, or Chadimo, don't know how it is actually called, and then you just pay like for the groceries. In a matter of 20 minutes, your car is almost full, like 80%, because it won't let you charge more, which is absolutely brilliant. I love that one. There are some chargers where you can charge for a reduced fee, because you need like those RFID cards and you need to apply for them. And for those where you can actually charge sometimes for a better rate, they want that you have a subscription model. So what's up with that? This is totally ridiculous and very inconvenient for people who use it properly. It's more suitable for like those business people, like who have like a business card and so on. Like for me, for the private consumer, nope, definitely not. Oh yeah, there's the ambulance, 2 of them actually. What else do we have? The 5th thing, and this is the one which applies to in my situation as well. As I said before, I do not have a home charger, and it is extremely inconvenient if you want to have a charger if you do not live in a detached house or in a semi-detached house with your own garage. The thing is, if you live in a condo, the condo doesn't provide the infrastructure, or if you live in a flat, like if you don't have this infrastructure usually as well. And if you want to have it, even if you're like somebody who rents it or who bought an apartment or a house in a condo, then it is one of the most inconvenient things you can do. Like if you have an EV and you want to charge it at home, and if you want to put this infrastructure at home, you need to ask other homeowners or the board of the house owners if they can do that. And here in Switzerland, many people, they just do not care. They think it's totally ridiculous, useless, and it costs too much money. They will not agree on anything. I'm actually on my way to install it in our condo so that it actually works. But the problem is that I don't know what the outcome will be, because I don't know how many house owners will actually agree on that. So this is one of the things where I'm really concerned, and which makes my life as an EV owner in a country where around 70%, I'm not even kidding, 70% of the people are renters, and a lot of those people who are not renters, they own a condo. So the privilege of owning a house here is pretty high. So that makes it really hard. And if you have your own garage, like, you just pay 2,500 Swiss francs or even 3,000, depends where you get it, and then you can get everything included. Like, you don't need any building permits. It's all fine. But if you live in a condo, there you need to hire an electrician. It will all come at a very high expense. But yeah, you will share the costs with other homeowners, so this is a good thing. But all the bureaucracy and all those homeowners who will be against it will make your life a pain in the butt. So this is very inconvenient from my side, and I hope that I can actually get this. And all those 4 things, they make my life harder as an EV owner, especially when owning an EV is such a big perk, because if you charge your EV at home, a kilowatt hour is like between 13 and 15 cents of Swiss francs, which is extremely cheap compared to petrol prices. Like here, for petrol 95, 163, or a liter of diesel, 170, even more. Like, this is like the middle range, how much you can pay but don't always have to. So in my case, owning an EV is great, but it has so many downsides. So many people have like the kind of burden that they are not willing to overcome because of those complications, but because maybe they know it, maybe they don't. So for me, this kind of inconvenience is big, but for me, this whole lifestyle, it's great. I enjoy driving an EV. EVs are so good. And I mean, owning an EV was probably one of the best things what I can get, because it's better than commuting in public transport. I don't have to say anything more about it. Alright guys, that was it from my side. I hope that you really enjoyed the video. Leave me a thumb up if you came until this point so far. Also write a comment down for some feedback, as feedback is always good. Make sure to hit the subscribe button in order not to miss any of my future videos, because only 5% of all the viewers of my videos are my subscribers. So increase this number so that you are going to support me in the future. Do you want to stay in touch with me? My Instagram account, my TikTok account, and my Discord server, all free, linked in the description down below. Thank you, Benny, for being my sound engineer. And if you want to become a sound engineer just like Benny is, check out the first link in the description. It will lead you to my Patreon account. There you can also choose from 3 different tier levels, and no matter one which you pick, this will support me a lot. So you will do me a big favor with this. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.